All right, so on this section of Khan Academy, we're working with a slope-intercept equation from graph. So you're going to be provided a graph with a line already plotted on the graph, either way, positive or negative, and your job is to interpret the graph and identify the slope and identify the y-intercept. Here is the graph. Keep in mind, we're always talking about in slope-intercept form. We got this y equals mx plus b. All right, my handwriting's not too good there. Maybe I'll just type that in for you so it doesn't look so bad. Y equals mx plus b. All right, and we're dealing with the slope is always attached to the variable, and the y-intercept is always the constant. It's always the number that is not attached to the variable and is hanging loose. So in this box over here, this box is attached to the x, so our slope is going to go there. That's where our m is going to go. This box, it doesn't have any variables attached to it. It's just going to be a constant. It's going to be a number by itself. So that's going to be our y value of our y-intercept. So that's our b value. Let's take a look at our graph. Do you see where it crosses the y-axis? It crosses right here. So the y value of the y-intercept is going to be 4. All right. The slope, what you're going to want to do to find the slope is, and we've done this in a couple of skills previous, is we already have one point where we know for sure the line, it goes through that point for sure. Let's look for another one. There's one right there. Now you got to identify the slope. Think about the previous skill that we did maybe like a week ago. Now we can use this to find the change in y over change in x. Remember, we're finding change in y, that's supposed to be a y, change in y over change in x, or the rise over run. In this case, we're going from left to right. Always go from left to right. From left, the point that's furthest to the left, we go up 2. So the rise, or the change in y, is 2. And the run, or the change in x, is 1. So our slope is going to be 2. Now, they may or may not take 2 over 1. I'm not so sure. Let me double check. Nope, they won't take 2 over 1. So your slope needs to be simplified. All right, get it in simplest form. It's a fraction to begin with, but if it can be divided, you need to divide it. All right, and that's pretty true for how I would be moving forward throughout the course. You know, in the beginning of dealing with slope, we were kind of wishy-washy and like, yeah, not the end of the world. Now, we've worked with it for a week or two now. I think you guys can know slope needs to be simplified. All right, Khan Academy has that expectation, and so would I for like a test or a quiz. Let's go ahead and do another problem here. Use exact numbers. They even tell you that right there. Use exact numbers, so don't let it be something that can't be simplified. Our y-intercept is right here. It's intersecting the y-axis at 0, 5. So 5 is the y value of the y-intercept. Slope, we can use that point there, right? And then we can find another one right there. Always go from left to right. So we're going to start at this point and go work our way across. We have to go down 1. So our change in y is -1. And the run, or the change in x, is 3. So your slope is -1/3. Now, -1/3 cannot be simplified, so that is the slope. Go ahead and do 2 more problems here. I think this is pretty simple, and you're going to be really successful at it. I have a good feeling. Find the y-intercept right there. It's 7, or 0, 7. That's the y-intercept. So the y value of the y-intercept is 7. Now let's go figure out the slope. There's one point. Let's find another point right there. All right, work from left to right. Looks like we're gonna have to go down 1, 2, 3. Down 3, right 1. So the change in y is down 3, -3. The change in x is right 1, which is a positive 1, and that does simplify down to -3. So -3 will be the slope. Last problem here. We have a y-intercept of -3, or sorry, 0, -3. The y value is -3. And the slope, let's look for a point. Looks like it crosses right there. Rise of 1, so the change in y is 1. Change in x is 2. So our slope is just 1/2. This is actually a skill, this particular section that I think you should all get 4 out of 4 on. If you get 3 out of 4, do it again. Get 4 out of 4. If you get 3 out of 4, you get 3 out of 4. You get 3 out of 4. Just keep doing it. You deserve it to get a 4 out of 4 and feel that sense of satisfaction. This is something that you will need to know from this point moving forward. Algebra, geometry, algebra 2, whatever you take in life, you're going to need to know slope-intercept form and how to manipulate it and work with it. So get it right now is my suggestion. If there's something you're confused with, come to office hours, get some support. But